Alright, round 3, and this is kind of the swing round, and of course I start with no land, so yes, I do want to mulligan. And no, that is a decent start. Probably the Anatomist will draw the fire, or at least hopefully you will, and then hopefully they won't also have an answer for the Precursor Golem. I mean, ideally, he wouldn't have an answer for either, but if you don't have any removal, well, then you're probably playing me at this point in the tournament because you have lost a couple times. And yeah, if I lose here, a start of 1 and 2, then that probably is it for the tournament. Might play a 4th game just for the not really fun of it, because how much fun is it to lose royally, but I still might play a 4th game depending on how it's going. If I win 2-1, then I definitely will keep going to see where it leads. There's 90 some people in the tournament. You have to get top 32, I believe, to even win any packs. Okay. So here, I don't want him to be able to kill my guy. It's more important that I get rid of his guy. And although it's unlikely that he has a gut shot, I am not going to chance it. I'm not going to put my Anatomist in harm's way, because Anatomist really can just win you the game. It's that good. Here, go with the Precursor Golem and hope he doesn't have an answer. 5 cards in hand, which I would prefer he had a little bit less than that, but if he uses a Revoke Existence, if he uses a Shatter, at least it's not killing my Anatomist. That would be the flip side of the argument, although Revoke and Shatter wouldn't kill it. But if he's using Burn the Impure or Volt Charge or any one of a number of other spells, then at least he's not killing the Anatomist. Because he didn't play anything, I'm wondering if he has Spire Monitor, maybe. Sure enough. So that would be worth tapping. Get it out of the way. And then I might as well go ahead and put that Gremlin Mine out in case he puts out an artifact threat. And there also would be an argument for letting him block with a Spire Monitor and then putting on the token. And definitely Gremlin Mine on the Soliton. clear the way. Now at this point, I think I just block. If he decides he wants to double block, he'd take a little bit extra damage. And he did. No, he second guessed. Okay. So in that case, I will be forced to use the ability just to save my golem. I have the Soul Eater. Yeah, I'm not sure what card he could play that would win it for him. I guess Phyrexian Unbirth would clear the board. That was definitely a way to buy him some time. Here I think I probably want to put out the Mortis Dogs just to get him on that 1 turn clock. And on his upkeep, I will tap him. Definitely worth 2 life to keep him away from whatever he might be able to do. I don't know what he could cast with that much mana. And now he is sitting with an empty hand. And for me, I think I'm just gonna attack and turn to slag his guy, because he would have to come up with an answer for both of my guys to save himself. And both of my guys can tap a guy, and we only have to deal 1 damage. Alright, good win for game 1. Deck worked the way that I've all along felt it could. Hasn't really been living up to it. So I think I'm just going to submit and try again. And hopefully, if that was any indication, then I may be playing another round after this. And therefore drinking another round after this. Well, probably either way I'll be doing that. Okay, he's playing last. I'm getting screwed on land, and that's a decent start. Probably by the time I get, you know, 3 draws down the road, I probably will be able to cast one of my 2 creatures. It's not really what I want to kill with a Scrap Melter, but or it could do it. I really like to get the 2-for-1 with the turn to slag. Although I prefer it was not a germ and a flare husk as a 2-for-1. Okay, and I still don't have anything I can play. But at least he only has a 1/1 semi-threat on the board. So now I have something I can play. We'll see whether he plays anything. Whether he's content to continue with a winning board state. Alright, there we go. So now this will probably draw out. Could be artillerize. Turn to slag would be another possibility. I'd be surprised if it didn't draw out something. There we go. That means that I'm probably gonna have to play my scrap melter and kill his mirror. That's pretty lame. I have a ton of removal, and I really just need to get some creatures out there and start beating. The nice thing is I am at a point where his flare husk is dead. It's not. So the battle continues. Comes out. Oh my. Okay, well, that's not good at all. Well, at this point, I kind of think he's gonna get me. The game's gonna restart, and even if he's spread himself one thing, could be enough. He's at the point where he can ultimate. He might start exiling cards on the board. He tries to get the Thundering down. I might even gremlin mine my own guy. Or he might exile from his own hand. At this point, I can't think of anything I could do that would win this for me. Yeah, I don't know. Viewers at home, please write to me and let me know what it is I could have done. If you know. I am just going to concede. Believe it's over, and that proves it. Okay, so now that I know he has that, I feel like Despise. I might be playing it too early, but it's almost worth it. If I notice something's floating in his hand, or even just knowing that he doesn't have it. I dominated game 1, he dominated game 2. So it's time for the lightning round. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. And no, I don't want to send it back. I actually like my hand for once. Or as much as I ever like my hand. And he's thinking about mulliganing, so that might be the best news that I've had in a while. And at this point I'm thinking Thopter turn 2, unless something else presents itself. Wonder what he's thinking about. Oh, he kept. After all of that, he kept. He got that flare husk. That's been reliable for him for sure. So we'll have to see what answers he has this time. I am up to Scrap Melter on it, which is nice. And just knowing that it's going to be an option should I need it. Getting the Soul Eater out, that's not bad either. That's his, right now his body is just as important as his ability. Now we really need some kind of answer. I don't see it just yet. We have to attack and probably put the Pteranodon out. And now he's kind of at that point where he either has to use almost all of his mana to keep us at bay that way, which can be very powerful if you're able to do something like this and blow up his blockers. So if I was him, I would be killing the Thopter and he isn't doing anything at this point, which is interesting, but I'll probably kill the Thopter on the attack. Yep. And then if he leaves up the mana, I can tap his guy at the end of his turn. If he doesn't, okay, so I still need to tap him. And that's just about perfect, because I can kill Elspeth with that and kill or attack him. See if he ends up doing something like triple blocking. Sure enough, he does, which I'm okay about because I can return them. And time to slag his MVP. And even though we're both at 11, he's one away from Karn, which I never knew how important that was going to be. And Gremlin Mine will blow that guy out of the water. Morbid Plunger can get me Spine Thopter and the Scrap Melter back. I can attack in. I'd rather keep that back. At this point, I'm probably better off tapping his threat. If it gets Karn, he could exile to start. And what do you... I just got a handful of burn. Fair enough. Happens to us all. Alright. And he's right. He does have a handful of burn. So we got a little lucky that time, but you know, luck is better than skill. So now we have to wait and go into the 4th round and see how that one goes.